Good morning, everybody. It's Lindsey Huddleston back in the building with another SPS Monday Motivation. That's right. I just want to check in with everybody. Hope you had a great weekend. I did. It was my modeling weekend. Got to hang out with my daughter. We got just to chill and sit down and get some rest. And she's growing. She'll be 12 next month and all this kind of stuff. So we're just having a good time. But it's going to be an exciting week, exciting day. I look forward to being over at Sexton High School, representing for the SPS Edge Track and Field Tour. Had a good time last week over at East Lansing. Shout out to my frat brother over there, Octavius Long, leading the team, and also Coach Pollard leading the young ladies team. It was a great experience, but we'll be talking about issues like NIL coming in high school. As you guys know, I'm working closely with that. The transfer portal for these young collegiate bound athletes who will be experiencing the portal soon. And of course, mental health, one of my issues I always focused on. Got Wu Payne in the building. Wu, what it do? Good morning, my guys. Right, what's up, man? What's going on with you? Got to run into my guy, man. See what you got going on. I know you got something good cooking, man. And we got Michelle Mimi Watkins in the building. Good morning. That's right. Track season is your season. Shout out to the New Breed Track Club. Shout out to Cody Track. Want to shout them out. I know you work with them and everybody else. We got my brother Kevin Marshall representing for the Mr. and Mrs. Marshall podcast. Good morning, my brother. Wishing nothing but healthy vibes to you and your family. Glad you can check in. Hey, guys, this is what I'm on today, man. Trying to give you a little bit of insight that can help you. Write it down and check it off. We always talk about making a list and how important that is. And I must say that with being back locked in on my PhD program, working on these NIL things, working really hard on other issues, just seemed like I got a lot going on. Thank you, brother. You are very welcome. And yes, track is life. Oh, she's living it, loving it. That's Michelle Mimi Walker saying track is life. I love it. I love it. I just was reminded of the importance of writing things down, especially when you're trying to kind of move things along. I'm looking at everybody on this timeline from Wu Payne, Michelle, Mimi Watkins, Kevin Marshall Sr., all people who are about their business, all people who have visions and ideas about taking things to the next level. And I was reminded of what the impact of writing things down can do, and I think we overlooked that. Now, this message is not about what's easy, because easy and achieve normally don't go together. I know we can go to this phone, which is a great device, and we can tap in a few things and write down my grocery list. I can type it down and check it off. But when we're talking about things you want to get accomplished, things I want to get done today, how I want to move my business for, how I want to move my brand for, how I want to have some personal growth, how I want to write it down is important, but I mean specifically to write it down. And here's what I'm going to tell you about. Did some research, and it was a couple of articles that I looked at. One Forbes article talked about neuroscience and its importance. That was this one right here. Neuroscience explains why you need to write down your goals if you actually want to achieve them. Writing them down. Now, writing down words does increase connectivity linked to memory and learning between different areas of the brain. With the same not being true when things are typed on a computer. And that's the key point I want to make. Because you say, yeah, Lindsey, I like that idea. I'm going to write stuff down. I got my phone right here. I can look at it. But here's the point I want to make, guys. And this is the point I make about why it's not about what's the easiest thing to do. Using a keyboard, whether on a computer, laptop, or a smartphone, is a relatively quick and easy way to write. We all know that. Already standard in offices, and some students are increasingly using keyboards and laptops, all the more going forward. But when writing by hand, you have to make detailed motions that are unique to each letter. This is what the author says. Also, to investigate how handwriting and typing differ and their effects on the brain, Vandermeer and her colleagues enlisted 36 students in their early 20s. Vandermeer was one of the researchers for this project. She said that handwriting uses more senses and the body is more involved, says Vandermeer. Think about when you're writing things down, whether you're writing cursive or print. That means more of the brain activities need to communicate between these activities. And if someone wants to say, what's the difference between being left-handed and right-handed? When they did the study, they did only right-handed people because left-handed people use a different part of their brain and right-handed people use a different part. So the study can stay consistent. But it really talks about this hippocampus, this part of the brain that gets activated, that helps with that. So why is this important, guys? Because I think this is a way that we can continue to find success in the things that we're trying to achieve. Research showed that by writing by hand led to increase in connectivity between central parts of your brain and the partial lobe in the outer part of the brain, with the same thing not being true for typing, meaning that you make other things happen in your brain when you write them down. Something to keep in mind. Pen to paper, I know. And Michelle, here's a challenge with that. Pen to paper seems so obsolete in 2024, right? It seems almost like a waste. Somebody can make the argument, oh, you're wasting, you're killing trees. But why was the Mont Blanc pen created? This expensive pen or excessive pen, so you can have something to do some writing. You still have had a meeting with a young brother recently, and he brought a pen and paper, and he also recorded it when we talked about some things that help him moving forward. But my point being is, to Michelle's point, I keep saying and emphasize, I'm not talking about the easy way. Saying you want to achieve, here's another tool that can help you. I got number legal pads across from me right now. When I do my 10-minute miracle, when I get up in the morning, I write things down, and I've seen these things manifest, but there's science behind writing it down, because guess what? When you type on a smartphone and you type Wu Pain, W-O-O, it's the same effect. All I'm doing is typing this button. You see my baby on my phone, right? Same effect. All I'm doing is W-O-O. Michelle, just typing her name. Boom, boom, boom. Same effect. But when I write, this is making the connectivity happen, right? Michelle says, thank you, Michelle, Professor. She said, as an adult learner, this helps with my retention. That's right. This helps you retain things because you go through the act. It brings you closer. So if it's helping you with your retention, it's also going to help you with the possibility of achieving it. So would you rather say, I'm going to make $1 million and you go type it on your phone, thumb, or writing it out, I'm going to make $1 million? We're talking about this neural connectivity that's going to help you with that. Like I said, it could be easy just to type it. You want to keep things fluid, but for those who are trying to invest more in themselves, for those who are trying to achieve more, these are the steps. It's not going to necessarily be easy. Somebody around you may say it's a waste, but you can go to someone like Michelle, Mimi Walk, and say, no, this helps me going forward. And it really does. I've seen it. That's why I was so inspired to want to talk about, say, hey, man, we got to take some time. Make some time for yourself on a one day of the week or throughout the week if you want to be consistent like that. Let me write down some things I'm working on. Hell, write it down, take a picture of it, and put it on your phone. But we're talking about a process. What's going to help me get closer to that? Because what we're talking about, guys, 2024 going forward, let's achieve it. Let's get it done. I'm looking at everybody on my timeline, look at from whence they came, the things they're doing now, things that were just ideas that have actually become actionable things to experience, and we want to continue to do that. But to Michelle's point, as we get older, because we don't get younger despite how we think, as we get older, another tool to help you with that retention, to help you learn something, to help you kind of get it, when you want to get a concept down or you have something that's very important, because we can't stop working to achieve. When we set goals, the goal is only to get something done, to go to something else. It doesn't mean you look past what you achieve, but my thought is the same goals you had today aren't necessarily the same goals that's going to be important tomorrow. So what do you do to keep moving along, to keep doing that? And I think this is a great way. Write it down and check it off, and don't be so caught up with the smartphone that you're limited in your ability to use this great tool that you have. You have the best computer in the world, because think about it. This brain made this. So which one is smarter? If this brain made this, which one is more of a powerful tool? So when you engage this, when we don't let technology and ease and comfort take over us, when we don't let just pushing a button, when we don't just pull up and get the closest parking spot, sometimes we pull back a little bit and then walk a little bit. When we do all these things to keep this natural connection, we serve ourselves to be in a better position to be successful. All I want to do is let my folks experience the same thing I'm experiencing. When I can say, man, this was really helpful for me. And then another thing too, with the writing down part, we can say we have things we want to do that we want to achieve, but it can seem so overwhelming. We say, I got to do this, and that, man. But when you write it down and you go check it off, one, the feeling of success of, oh man, I checked that off. The feeling of, man, I'm being productive. It just leads me to say, man, I got so much more I can accomplish and do, and you feel good. Because when you sit back and say, oh, I got to do such and such, I got to do this, you can't even monitor your progress. And it's always been said, if you can't measure it, how can you see the progress if it can't be measured? So this is another thing. So I just want to give you guys another tool. Make this part of your resume. Get you a pen and paper sometimes, and you don't have to have the greatest handwriting in the world, but it's for you to say write these things down. Maybe you can write it down and then you can type it in your phone. So that's an additional step to take. But I want you guys to have all the tools to go and be successful, because everybody that I come in contact with, you folks who are part of this SPS family, you guys are doing such great work, impacting lives, helping young people, inspiring other people. And they may not tell you every day, but it's those great times, when somebody walk up to you and say, man, I'm so glad you said that to me. Or when somebody walk up to you and say, I'm so glad that you're coaching over here. Somebody walk up to you and say, man, we can always count on you to show up and show out. And that's a good thing. So with that being said, guys, I won't go too much further. It's 10 minutes in. It's going to be a great week. I want to continue to support young people. Going to look to do some things, and some announcements soon of a high school NIL town hall educational campaign that's going to be taking place. Going to be going to different areas throughout the state. There's always still more sponsorship opportunities to get involved if you want to get your brand out in front of these student athletes and these other sports stakeholders. Hey, looking forward to going down to the NFL draft on Thursday as well. Got E-Bell in the building. Ezra, he says, yes, sir, brother. I hope all is well. We're getting ready to sign off. Many blessings to you. Write it down. Check it off. Make yourself a better person. Make yourself, have a better impact on the world. So with that being said, I got nothing but love for you. Thanks for supporting SPS. Have a great day. Have a great week. Have a great month. Have a great year. Have a great life. And my brother Kevin Marshall hits me with the God bless you, my brother. God bless you too. Many blessings. Peace.